How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Invest in the Zig. So it's been a crazy week, crazy month. Hell, it's been a crazy year, right? It was so much easier when the market was just crashing and I just felt like a piece of crap every day. It was easier. I just kept buying on the hope that I was right, and now this is a lot harder. This is a lot harder. Decisions I've had to make, has been kind of crazy. Meta, I had a $500 price target on it. That's what I thought, I'd probably start selling at it. It literally went up in straight up in a year and hit 500 and actually 60. So, or 50, something like that. But I ended up selling around $500. Was it a mistake? I don't know. I bought Robinhood with some of the money and some other things, and went on a little trip because, it was a pretty stressful, year after the market was down all the time. But, we got a lot going on. We have a president election coming up, which I've said, is it time to start cutting? That's the question. You know what Warren Buffett's number one and only rule is? I think it's number one, and then he gives you three more rules, and then number four, it's the same one. Never forget number one. Number one thing to not do in the market is to lose money. You do not lose money in the market. That's what you're not supposed to do, right? So as individual stock pickers, it is our responsibility to be responsible. All right, not just fall in love, not just, be blind. Shit, we've been in that position before, right? We've all been there. Your first love. You thought you were going to be together forever, right? Yeah, what happened? What happened with that? Well, some of you probably married your first love. Well, then you're lucky, all right? Not everybody gets that lucky. Usually, it doesn't turn out well. Actually, it takes a few times before, it turns out. And anyway, I don't know why I went off onto that tangent, but our job is to be responsible and not be blind. Blind is dumb. We don't want to be dumb money. We don't want to be like others out there, right? So I made the decision to trim a little bit of Palantir. I did. And I'm going to go off into why into this video, but let's talk a little bit more about the uncertainties. So we have the president election coming up. We don't know which way it's going to go. And if it goes one way, the market could go to hell. If it goes the other way, the market could go to hell. We really don't know what seeds have been planted. And keep in mind, people and political figures have been buying stocks throughout the last 4 years. So at any moment, who knows what could happen. So I don't think is it the right time to run away, sell everything and come back in November. I don't think that's the right thing. However, we did have rate cut, 50 points. If you didn't know, we dropped a little bit in the rates. The rates are still too high. He did it. But Jay Powell did it because he's really afraid of the labor market going to hell, which, the way if you bring in enough immigrants, you should be fine, right? Is that the reason why they're doing that? I don't know. The market's also hitting all-time highs, right? It seems to be a pretty good time to start cutting or trimming your positions, There's pressure on the middle class. There's pressure. Money is not worth what is not worth what it used to be, and everything's more expensive. So you're getting squeezed by two different ways, and really there's just not a lot of extra money. So could we go to all-time highs? I don't know how possible it is. We already have, but could we, double that, triple that? That's what I'm unsure of. On top of that, we're involved in two wars. Do you guys realize that we're literally one shell case away from losing 50% in the market? And that could take a couple years to get back. So I did make the tough decision to trim, the responsible decision to trim some Palantir. All right. Let's get off into why I did it. All right. I mean, and we all know why I did it. I mean, we're not stupid, right? We don't want to be stupid. So, I mean, we're sitting at an $83 billion market cap. $83 billion market cap. Now, guys, when I first started buying Palantir, which keep in mind, I do understand that it's done significant leaps and bounds since I started buying it. Not financially, which we'll get into in a second. But, I mean, the AIP cons, they're signing a lot of commercial deals, a lot of things I'm seeing I really, really like. And it's so a value of a $500 billion is possible. But guys, not tomorrow. All right, let's get off into the financials. So the revenue growth year over year is okay. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. It's not NVIDIA in the last 3 years, but it could be. But not really. Because look, we only did $2.3 billion of revenue in 2023. Do you know how much of that we actually brought net home? Let's see here. That's gross. Where's the net? Okay, profit. We were losing money every year. Every year I was buying that, I was thinking, in the future, we are going to be a $150, $200 billion market cap. We're only bringing in $200 million. Do you want to know why we're bringing in $200 million? Is it because of our fantastic services? No, it's not. It's because we have $2 billion on our balance sheet, which has given us interest. We are literally only in the green because of interest. Now, I've known this. I was okay with it. I was okay with, spending $50 billion on this company. And I still am, obviously. I'm still heavy into Palantir. I just had to trim a little bit because $200 million at the end of the day isn't shit for an $81 billion market cap. That's crazy. Let me give you an example. Palo Alto. Don't know if I'm saying it right, but I do know what it is. It's a cybersecurity company that also does governmental work. I understand, before people want to jump on me and kill me, that it's not necessarily Palantir, all right? However, Palo Alto is still a legitimate company, and we're going to show you why it is. So it's a $110 billion market cap. Similar company, 110 billion, 81 billion. Let's look at the financials here. So the revenue of last year was $8.3 billion. Remember, we did 2. So this is literally 4 times more money they're bringing in, and they're only worth $30 billion more than Palantir. All right, now let's look at actually the revenue that they actually make. Now I want to know net profit. $2.5 billion. We were in Palantir, we're only making $200 million off of interest rates. All right, so, and bake sales. We have to do everything we can to get to that $208 million. Like this. And I knew this all along, to be honest with you, but I was hoping we wouldn't cross this bridge. And it's not to say that I'm actually not going to buy more. Like, if we hit $30, I will jump back in. However, if it does just take off and go to $1 trillion market cap, which I've been looking into it, I just don't see a path there. I mean, you're talking about, you're going to have to literally sign $8 billion in deals. I mean, it is what it is. You also have Alex Karp, the CEO, selling shares as well. I understand they could have been scheduled sales, but there's some sales going on. There's always sales going on by the management. And you know what I'm not very happy about? One thing that I kind of just, I bit my tongue because that blind love, that when you first get together, that feeling, right? They've been diluting the shit out, the crap out of us, all right? They've been diluting the crap out of us practically since I bought it. So, I mean, I still love Palantir, all right? I still have a big position in Palantir. However, I felt like I needed to do the responsible thing by cutting about 25% of my position. And, I might have to, if this goes to $1 trillion or a half a trillion dollars, then I'll have to use, my 30 grand to buy some other stocks. And I missed the boat. All right. But I have to be responsible. If I'm going to pick stocks, if you're going to pick stocks, and if it's not Palantir, if it's something else, even if it's a stock you really, really love, if the numbers don't add up, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. All right. Yeah, that's a good one. I think somebody came up with it. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys my opinion on what I'm doing. This isn't financial advice at all. I'm just giving you the reasons why I did it. I mean, I even went through NVIDIA's numbers. I was really trying. The thing I love about Palantir, I don't want to end on a negative note. All right, the thing I love about Palantir is the gross margins. The only companies that have the trajectory that Palantir has is literally Microsoft and NVIDIA. 80% profit margins. If they start growing like NVIDIA, but they gotta start making that kind of money and then start growing. So we're putting the carriage in front of the horse. It just happened too quick. I gotta step back. Let me take a break. Let me breathe. Let me sleep on it. All right. And I do definitely plan on rebuying more back into Palantir. It's just, I had to do what I thought was right. All right. I had to trim a little bit. I feel so guilty. Why do I feel so bad? Well, who cares? I'm just letting you know my opinion. But anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.